yet another edition of Passive Weekly Chat with Mike and panelists. We are happy that you are here today with us. Want to say welcome. Want to say happy Diwali to all our Indian families, the Pakistani, Indian, all the Asians that are celebrating the feast of Diwali. Want to say happy Diwali to all of you. So today again, we'll have another part 4, our ongoing topic, which is how will progress transform humanity. How will progress transform humanity. So this is a series that will be going through many brand ambassadors to come here and give us their views of what is going on. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who is here with us today. We have on the panel with us tonight Mama Debbie, who is our able moderator for tonight. I want to say thank you. Welcome, Mama. And we also have been Dr. Benny President from Chevy Chase to accompany our panel and to accompany our special guest who is on the panel with us tonight. We also have our sister, Joyce Weeks from the United States of America. So welcome everybody. Stay put and listen to what our panelists have for us tonight and from our special guest. I will always say I have the power to introduce our special guest for tonight. But I will give the floor to our able moderator tonight, who is Queen Mama Debbie. Mama Debbie, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mike, for giving us this to talk about on past journey. We truly appreciate you and with our viewers listening to us live and who will be listening in the future. We have an amazing person here. Some of us see him and others not. And
Mama Debbie, hold on. Dr. Benny, is your Facebook, is your YouTube on? Is your YouTube on?
I just put it on now.
Okay, can you turn down the volume a little bit? Because I don't need to hear from them. You can see the chat that people are chatting, right? Thank you.
I don't have a YouTube. How about your
Okay, I'm going to get it off and watch and see. Hello. Sam.
I never have those things on here. I know how it goes out, right?
I don't have my YouTube on.
All right. If you can I would like to introduce our special guest tonight. Is this still on?
Let me just log out. I don't know.
I had to log out and log in again. Let's see.
I did that before.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
That's fine.
That's
Let me
fine.
know.
Let me know. Well, I don't know
I don't
if
know if
where the
where the
issues
issue
are,
is,
but
but
I
I
just want
just
to
want to
introduce
if
our
our
audience.
audience,
Um,
um,
our guest
your
speaker
echo is causing the worst. Your own echo is the worst. Nobody can even hear what you're saying, Mama Debbie. Try it again. Let's hear.
Uh, this is Debbie McCormick introducing the guest
Yeah,
speaker for the night.
it's gone. It's gone. The echo is gone now. We're good.
But it's not from me. I didn't do anything.
No, I didn't say it's from you. I'm just saying that the echo is gone. Before
Okay.
you started taking, it went through.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for your patience. Oh, this is awesome. We can't wait for All Connect to so we can use it for our own talks between each and every one of us. I'm introducing to you the one and only Dr. John Ajongwen, whom we've seen in various platforms, but he is here tonight with us in Engineer Mike OJONGTAMBIA Live, which we have here every Monday and Friday. We are so honored and blessed to have him because he's that wonderful person. We call him Dr. John Ajongwen because he has a PhD in chemical and biochemical engineering and also an MBA. And he's worked in all of that for the past, 30 years. But 10 years ago, he decided that he was going to transition from the pharmaceutical industry and he didn't want to have anything to do with the American with corporate America, and he transitioned into the financial aspect of life, which is what helps each and every one of us to manage our lives. So when he did that, his plan was and still is to transition each and every one of us, individuals, businesses, on wealth creation, debt elimination, wealth protection, and legacy planning. And this is very important, the last part of it, because that's what he's going to share with us. Because in Unpassive, we are in that part where the financial aspect of it is essential. So let's welcome him, Dr. John Ajongwen, with open arms so he can share his knowledge with us in part 4 of how O Bless will transform humanity as part of our Unpassive journey. We welcome you with open arms, our brother, and we thank you for dedicating this time to be with us today. And please, all our viewers, as you always do, and the microphone is yours. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Thank you, Mama Queen Debbie, my sister. Good evening to our queens on the panel as well as to Engineer Mike. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to be able to share with you my thoughts on how I see Unpassive really transforming the world. For many of us, really, I think I've been in Unpassive now getting 3 years. And I remember during one of the webinars, our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare, did say that if Mother Teresa had the means, how much would she have done? And I keep remembering that phrase every time because when we look at what Unpassive has for us, then we can actually see that we have that opportunity to be not only a million Mother Teresas, but probably a billion Mother Teresas. Unpassive is AI with a heart. and the heart of OnPassive is OBless. And my thinking about OBless is not just the OBless as one of our many IT solutions, but OBless as everything that OnPassive is going to be able to provide for us, starting with the mindset that we have been developing to be able to not only help ourselves but help our communities. But let's start by looking at OBless as a solution. Many of us think when we hear of OBless, we instantly think of something akin or similar to GoFundMe for those of us who are in North America. And the irony is that things like those type of tools, they don't really do what OBless is doing, because for a start, most of those tools are for-profit organizations who are out there to make money. They are out there to help us help people while they make money. So when we look at the way that Mr. Mufare has set up OBless, we are told that OBless is going to be funded 100% by OnPassive. And it is really a not-for-profit solution that OnPassive is bringing out. It is something that we need to really keep in mind, because as we go along, I'm going to throw out some statistics just to differentiate this. When we look at it as a tool, they really like what I would say two aspects of it. One aspect is for those people who are going to be the beneficiaries. It could be me or you, or what I'll call the benefactors. And those who are going to be campaigners, that is, going out there creating campaigns to raise funds for other things. OnPassive, through OBless, is going to give us that tool. Remember, our CEO has said over and over, for those of us who get onto this platform, the first thing that they should remember is when we start, we're going to fill our tanks. And once we filled our tanks, we then need to turn around and look at our neighbor, turn around and look at our community, and why not the whole world. So for those of us who will have the opportunity to actually raise money for good causes, when I talk about good causes here, I'm thinking about anything that is near and dear to our hearts. For me, my list is very long. I'm thinking about education. OBless and Academy will give us that opportunity to actually help educate people in areas that they would probably not gain that education. I'm thinking of healthcare. I'm thinking of just having people in local areas or in different parts of the world having clean drinking water. My sister, Queen Debbie, has a very, very personal project in her village where she is trying to create boreholes for people to be able to have clean drinking water. We know that once we've been going through OnPassive, there are other tools and other technologies that can harvest water from the atmosphere, and people in different areas will be able to have access to clean drinking water, and diseases like diarrhea and cholera will be eliminated because of what we be able to do through OBless. We're thinking here of maybe healthcare in terms of supporting hospitals, funding healthcare clinics, providing healthcare education. I know, like my wife, Dr. Patience, and one of our own Perseverant friends, they, like over a year ago, actually took a medical mission where they went out there and actually were able to help people in Nigeria. Some of them are people that have been displaced from Cameroon, and just providing them with basic health education. Through OBLESS, we will be able to raise funds. We will be able to actually have the means and the financial freedom to be able to go out there and uplift people. OBLESS is not going to be one of those things that we're going to just go and throw out some handouts for people. It is a mindset and a transformation whereby we are going to be able to teach people how to fish, not just give them fish. When we provide them with resources, both financial resources and the mindsets as well as the education, they'll be able to go out and help themselves. So when we think about campaigns that we'll be able to do through OBLESS specifically, just take a step back and think about campaigns that you have seen people try to run, either to raise money for the loss of for the loss of a loved one, or maybe to help treat some children who have some diseases. Again, Queen Benny, she is very, very particular about children's hospitals of where people are suffering from cancer. At the moment, if we have to raise any of those funds, we either have to dig really deep into our pockets to raise those funds, or we have to go out there and create a campaign. GoFundMe, as I say, is one of the popular ones that we use here in the United States. And what a lot of people have realized, and this is real statistic that people have done in the research, is that whenever somebody creates one of those campaigns, who do you send it to? You send it to your friends, you send it to your family. Just imagine a scenario where a family loses a loved one and they create a GoFundMe. Chances are that they're going to share that campaign just amongst their family and close friends. And the statistics show that in most cases, those people that end up contributing are the same people that are affected anyway. And the average contributions that they normally get through those type of campaigns is like $2,500. Now, let's look at our OBLESS, the platform that is going to be accessible to millions and millions of people. Once you create your campaign, as it goes into OBLESS, you have people from all over the world that may be able to see that campaign. And you also have people that are in the platform that are looking to support the type of causes that you will be looking to support. Plus the fact that 100% of the proceeds that you get, they go towards that campaign. And you can just see how much we will be able to realize by getting things through OBLESS. So when you think about some of the things I just mentioned, like education, you think about healthcare, you start even dreaming bigger and thinking about our communities. I know I have had a couple of chats with Engineer Mike where we have brainstormed about community projects. Why can we not go to a local village and maybe build a community store so that people who are producing their local crops can come and actually deliver those crops to those local stores, and we pay them probably a fair value, much fairer than they would even go spend the whole day sitting in a market to sell those things. They just come deliver. You could even pay them some additional money to help sort out those products and package them. And you free a whole day for them to be able to go back and take care of their families instead of having to go to some far markets and spend the whole day. Just think of the productivity that we can do. Or let's extend it and think about going one notch higher and say, through the blessings of OnPassive and the mindset that we gain from OBLESS, what if we start providing local farm tools that will enable people in local villages to be able to do some mechanized farming instead of having to go and be using their hand tools, which would not only wear them out, but not help them produce as much as possible. Do you start to see how at the local level we can start transforming people? Let's talk about roads. We know around the world that there are places that produce a lot of stuff. There are places that are dying because they don't have food, but the connection between those two places, just basic roads infrastructures do not exist. What stops us from transforming the world and creating good roads that connect these areas? And why not good roads that connect countries, high-speed railway networks, and other things that can actually change the face of this world? Those are just some of the things that, you know, we can start talking about them, and we'll talk ad nauseum. Those are the opportunities that me and you here in OnPassive we have, if we can dream and dream big, as we keep being told by our CEO to keep dreaming big. When we do that at our local community, we have the opportunity to be able to expand it and do it at our country level, and why not at the world level. And while we are at it, just remember, our CEO has told us that the physical products that OnPassive is going to bring will reshape the world in a better way. We don't know what they are, but we know that these are products that are going to transform and uplift humanity. OnPassive has been showing snippets of some of these mindsets and some of these transformations by even the things that they do whenever we've had like natural disasters. You saw how much OnPassive is able to just jump in and provide assistance, whether it's earthquake or some other natural disasters that have happened recently. When we are actually live and the apples start to flow, and we are all with that good mindset, just think how far we can go. Then moving away from the individual level to non-governmental organizations and charitable organizations, the types like the Red Cross and so on of the world. When they raise their funds now, let's say they raise funds through some of these funding organizations, they could actually spend between 10 and 30% of the funds on administrative or on charges. For example, I just want to use GoFundMe again as just to illustrate. Whenever somebody makes a donation through that platform, there is a fee of 2.9% plus about 30 cents for the fundraisers or each individual business. And in addition to that, they'll probably ask you to also give some sort of a tip or to the donors. When you add up all of those, it could be anything from 10 to 12%. You go to some of these other charitable organizations, they also are faced with all these administrative bottlenecks and costs. Plus, if they need to transfer money from one country to another, again, you have all those transfer costs. Why am I bringing all of this? One, I did mention that OnPassive is going to basically fund all these costs, and 100% of the proceeds to go to the person that, or to the organization that is raising the funds. The second thing to just mention is, we know that our CEO and all our tech teams, they're working 27, 28, 29 hours in a day, if there's something like that or anything like that, to make sure that we can solve the problems that we are facing at the moment, which is external to OnPassive, and it has to do with the payment processors. Just imagine when OnPassive comes and is able to have its own processor, and we're able to use our old coins for transferring old coins from one part of the world to the other. How easy it would be for ourselves and for any organization that needs to be able to raise and transfer money to do so without having to incur all the ridiculous charges that people are doing now. Can you just imagine how much of that, plus the fact that we are all working together, are going to not only get to a lot more people because we have a wider reach, get to them cheaper and faster because we have the technology, and more importantly, actually impact them greatly because we, the unpercivians, have that mindset to do it. When we combine these three things and then we see what Unpassive is doing, we can now start to see why our CEO had asked, what would we do if, what would she do if Mother Teresa had the means? Now we are blessed with the means, we are blessed with the mindsets, and we are able to actually go out there, and the only thing that can stop us is ourselves. But if we are open-minded, there is no person on the surface of this earth that through this fabulous solution of OBLES and the associated products that are within Unpassive, we cannot transform the entire universe. I know this is a very passionate area for me. I didn't even talk about some of the things that I myself, I am passionate about. I didn't talk about some of the educational opportunities that we are giving children who don't have it. But if I just keep talking, maybe we can keep going till the next Engineer Mike session and I will not be done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here, hand you over to our moderators, let some other people come up with some ideas, and then we can talk some more. Thank you once more for giving me the opportunity to share.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. John Ajongwen. We truly appreciate. That was just outstanding. Yes, I did know that when you talked about bringing our CEO talking about having several Mother Teresas, that was just outstanding. And you're one of the Mother Teresa. You don't have to be a mother to do what she did, but you're a human being. And you mentioned a lot of things. And so, to our viewers, have you been thinking of how to campaign to help your communities? That's one of the things that our guest speaker had today. So let me repeat that. Have you been thinking of how to campaign to help your communities? I know you have. So this is the right time to put your response to that and your opinion about OBLES, where we are today, in the chat. And we're going to bring it up and share so our guest speaker can answer that for us. So we're going to see if anyone from our panelists has any comment for our guest speaker, and I'll start with Sister Joyce. Good evening, sis. Thank you so much and welcome. I'll pass the microphone to you if you have a question or comment for our guest speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Debbie, so much. It's great to be here. Thank you, Dr. John. Just love hearing you speak. You just bring so much information and so much knowledge, and just really appreciate you so much. I mean, you said it all, and just what you said about OBLES and what your passion is, and just the education part and how it's going to help so many people. Just the basic needs being met, water and food and all those things. And what you said was just great, because OBLES is going to uplift humanity. And there's so many things that we can do. And you said you just didn't hit on a lot of points, because I know you have so many points that you always talk about, just your passion about on passive, and just the way that you are out there and you're helping so many people, just your leadership, and just really appreciate that. We're just blessed to have you. I don't have a whole lot to say, but I'm just so thankful that you are one of the leaders here, and that you just bring so much to us, and we really appreciate you. And Obless is just going to. You were talking about how Obless has stepped in so many times when there's a natural disaster, and Obless has came in and helped so many communities in different countries, and to get those basic needs met when there's a disaster, and there's things that other people can't do, but Unpassive has been there to do it. So we just love Unpassive, and we know that Bless is going to bless so many people. It's going to help people that have not had the opportunity. That, like you said, the Mother Teresa's, you talked about that. That was great too. It says, what would when Ash asked that question, what would you do if you were Mother Teresa? And so I think about that. We have 1.4 million Mother Teresas out here on Unpassive, and so we can change the world. We can change like so many lives, and that's just a blessing. And you are one of those Mother Teresas, and just so thankful for you. And again, thank you, Engineer Mike and Sister Debbie, all of our beautiful panelists, Sister Bridget and Dr. Benny. Thank you, Ash, for everything that you've done. And Dr. John, you just knocked it out of the park. I mean, you always rock. You just are such a great, great leader, and just want you to know how much you appreciate it and how much we love you. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Sister Joyce. Keep smiling. Keep smiling. When you smile, it takes less nerves to do that. But when you frown, it takes more. So let us keep smiling, because our CEO has put that smile on our faces. 1.4 million of us. We have been blessed that we're living his dream. We're living our lives through his dream, because he brought us into his dream. And whether we like it or not, that's what it is. So I'm going to say, just repeat this, which our guest speaker said earlier, that if you have been thinking on how to campaign to help your community, if you haven't, the time is now with Obless. Sister Joyce just shared her observation and what she feels about it, and our guest speaker said that. So let's call on Sister Bridget. Have you been thinking of how to campaign to help your community through Obless? And if not, the time is now. What do you think, Sister Bridget, based on what our guest speaker has just shared with us tonight? The microphone is yours, Sister Bridget. Thank you.
Mama Debbie, I don't see her again in here. I don't know what happened to her.
That's all right. Okay. Maybe she's having
Engineer
some
Bridget is no more here. I don't see her anymore.
Thanks, Engineer Mike. Thanks for letting me know. I know I saw. It's okay. It's okay. Queen Sister Tony, I know you're in the house. I will microphone over. Says. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Queen Debbie, for giving me this opportunity. Good evening, good afternoon, my friends and kings around the globe. Thank you again. Thank you, Dr. I will call him my King Dr. John Ajongwen, for accepting King Engineer Michael's invitation. But before I proceed, I want to take this special moment to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing all of us together. I want to also thank him for sending someone as a visionary. If it wasn't for this visionary regarding this bliss, You and
I will not be
here
here
at this
at this
present
present
moment.
moment.
When
When
his name is
referring.
do you
Do you
guys know
guys know
that
that
I
I
slept
slept
and I
and I
jumped?
jumped?
I
I
woke up
woke up
early
early
and I
and I
came
came
because I
because
was
I was
thinking
thinking
of
of
on
on
passive.
passive.
Thank God.
God.
Eh,
Eh, eh,
on
on
passive.
passive.
I'm so
I'm so
sorry
sorry
that
that
I
I
sleep,
sleep,
I
I
dream,
dream,
I
I
eat,
eat,
and I
and I
drink on
drink on
passive.
passive.
So when
So
it
when it
comes to
comes
this
to this
hopeless, I
hopeless, I
want to
want to
really
really
appreciate
appreciate
Dr.
Dr.
John.
John.
Dr.
Dr.
John, you
John, you
said a
said a
lot
lot
of
of
things,
things,
but
but
something
something
that
that
I
I
noticed that
noticed
you
that you
appreciate
appreciate
your
your
wife
wife
for
for
what
what
she
she
did,
did,
I
I
believe,
believe,
a
a
few
few
months
months
ago.
ago
She
when
went
she
to
went to
Nigeria
Nigeria
with
with her
friends
friends
to
to
help
help
some of
some of
these
these
underprivileged
underprivileged
children.
children.
I
I
really
really
want to
want to
thank your
thank your
wife
wife
for
for
what she
what
has
she has
done.
done.
Just to
Just
let
to
you
let
know
you
that
know that
she is
she
an
is an
asset to
asset
this
to this
company.
company.
Likewise,
Likewise,
our
our
King
King
Dr.
Dr.
John,
John,
I
I
really
really
thank you
thank you
for
for
loving your
loving your
wife.
wife.
You
You
are
are
an
an
asset as
asset as
well
well
because you
because you
do
do
support
support
her a
her
lot.
a lot.
And
And
please
please
continue to
continue
do
to
that.
do that.
That is
That is
what
what
our
our
CEO
CEO
stated
stated
from the
from the
beginning
beginning
that
that
we
we
should
should
work
work
together
together
as a
as a
family.
family.
Now,
Now,
when it
when it
comes to
comes to
this
this
all
all
bless,
bless,
I
I
don't
don't
have a
have a
question,
question,
but
but
I
I
just have
just have
few
few
words to
words to
say.
say.
Like
Like
Queen
Queen
Debbie
Debbie
said,
said,
she want
she
me to
want me
say
to say
something.
something.
You
You
already
already
know
know
what I
what
want
I
to
want
do.
to do.
Since I've
Since
been
I've
in
been
this
in this
country
country
for the
for the
past
past
30
30
something
something
years,
years,
St.
St.
Jude's
Jude's
Hospital
Hospital
is the
is the
first.
first.
I used
I
to
used
work
to
in
work
the
in the
group
group
home,
home,
nursing home,
nursing home
30
30
years
years
ago.
ago.
These
These
our
our
autistic,
autistic,
well, I
well, I
shouldn't call
shouldn't
them
call them
autistic,
autistic,
our
our
children
children
who
who
are
are
in
in
the
the
nursing
nursing
home or
home or
group
group
home,
home,
to tell
to
the
tell the
truth,
truth,
they
they
need
need
serious help
serious help
because their
because their
parents are
parents are
not
not
even
even
helping them.
helping them.
We are
We
the
are the
one
one
helping these
helping these
kids.
kids.
Uh,
Uh,
when it
when it
comes to
comes to
this
this
hopeless,
hopeless,
there are a
there are a
lot
lot
of
of
underprivileged
underprivileged
children
children
all
all
over the
over the
globe
globe
that
that
are
are
suffering
suffering
too
too
much.
much.
Just like
Just like
Queen
Queen
Sister
Sister
Joyce
Joy
stated
stated
that we
that
do
we
have
do have
1.4
1.4
million
million
plus
plus
affiliates,
affiliates,
brand
brand
ambassadors
ambassadors
who
who
decided to
decided to
join
join
our
our
party
party
because of
because
the
of the
vision that
vision that
our
our
CEO
CEO
shared to
shared
you
to
and
you and
I.
I.
It is
It is
time for
time
you
for
and
you and
I.
I.
Remember
Remember
that
that
each
each
year,
year,
every
every
month,
month,
just
just
$1,
$1,
we can
we can
contribute to the
contribute to
All
the All
Bless.
Bless.
And
And
they will
they
be
will be
able to
able to
utilize
utilize
that
that
money
money
to
to
help
help
one
one
country.
country.
Like
Like
every
every
month,
month,
do you
do you
guys know
guys
that
know
we
that we
have,
have,
I
I
believe,
believe,
209
209
countries
countries
for
for
free
free
with
with
OnPass?
unpassing?
So
So
if we
if
can
we can
just give
just give
one $1,
$1,
these
these
underprivileged
underprivileged
children,
children,
orphanage,
orphanage,
widowers,
widowers,
homelessness,
homelessness, they will not suffer again. That's the way I look at it. If we can do that, are you guys willing to share? To just give your $1 every month? To tell the truth, I'll be in charge. I want to control this money, and I'll make sure that it will go to individuals, and these kids will enjoy. They will never suffer again. God, I really want to take this moment to thank our CEO. His dream team, brother, our COO, brother Kamal, our chief marketing director, brother Nazir, our tech brothers and sisters in Hyderabad, in Dubai, and in Cairo, as well as our
Professor Susan, the old media team, all of us will continue to utilize this old bless to help individuals. You guys know what we have to do. They need help out there. Dr. John, I don't want to spend too much time. We all know that when it comes to the children, education is the key to success. Without education, to me, I know I'm nothing. To be good is not good enough. You have to exceed expectation. So we want to help these children, to educate them so that they can better off their life. Now, when it comes to this oblast, we are going to utilize this oblast. There are a lot of children or parents or widowers that need something. Remember that you cannot just keep giving them money all the time. You just need to ask them what they want to do with their life. What are their goals? Likewise, the children. Then when you buy something or you give money for them to go to farm so they can harvest some crops or food in order to feed themselves, it will be better off than you just giving them money all the time. So I would like us to do so when the time comes, when we start receiving our own apples. Let me not spend too much time. Thank you so much, Queen Debbie, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Sister Dr. Benny. Wow. I know when Dr. John talked about your passion, I thought, okay, that passion must have changed, but you've been very constant with your passion. The children of St. Jude, thank you. And Dr. John has his own list. It's not a short one, it's very long. Farm to market roads and modern health centers, educational institutions. Boy, feeding the hungry. And Sister Joyce had hers. And at this stage, I will say, if Dr. John, you have something to add, I will call on you to say anything you have to add before I'll move over to Engineer Mike. And while you're doing that, I will check on the chat and see if anyone did present anything so we can over to you, Dr. John. Thank you.
Thank you again, Mama Debbie. And really, as we, everybody who's on the panel and everybody who's online, this is a topic that those of us who have been on passive, it becomes really, really personal and emotional. I know Sister Joyce Hicks didn't really start talking about all her stuff that she had shared during some of the Oblast sessions that Chris Johnson has run. And we know that every one of us here, yes, we came to OnPassive because we saw the opportunity to be able to get into a business and make money. But I don't think any of us at the moment is in OnPassive for the reason that we came. We came because we want to make someone else better. And I was sharing a book that I'm reading with a few people that got on before we started. And a quote came from that book, which really says that, what we should strive to leave behind is not something that would be engraved in stone monuments, but something that would be woven into others' lives. What I'm hearing from all of you here is really that spirit of thinking beyond ourselves. And I really feel personally blessed that OnPassive found me. I don't say I found OnPassive because I got into OnPassive by mistake. I was down with COVID. My wife showed the thing and said, let's just sign up. And I signed up just initially, just get her out of my side. And then I found out that this is really something which we need to be thanking God every day for finding us. And we need to thank our CEO and the teams that are working really hard to make sure we realize this effort. And then if you just remember that quote that I just said now, let's think how, 6, 7 generations from today, when people talk about Unpassive and they talk about us, they are thinking about something that we did to really engrave this everlasting dream in their hearts. Thank you again, Mama McCormick.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Brown. Thank you. I don't just keep thinking of your final thoughts, because what you just shared and that book, I would like you to share not just the name, the title of the book, but its author and where our viewers can obtain it, because it sounds like there's a lot of juice in there that will empower us, not just for now, but in the future and in our immediate lives while we're waiting for the next step of Unpassive. And I appreciate that. So hang tight. Something that I saw from the chat from our live viewers is from Sister Yvonne, who shared about her passion for young girls who need a lot. So we, each and every one of us, if we were to group us, we have a lot of passionate individuals about certain things that are dear to their hearts. And they cannot be classified at any level, because each and every one that has something has that thing for a reason. It either affected their community, their families, or they've come across communities that need those things and they are reaching out for guidance. So it does not matter what it is, we're going to group them into the various aspects that they are needing support for, and attend to them when the right time comes. And we'll say, okay, who are those supporting health centers, community centers, portable drinking water, the children who are in need that have special needs, and those who are affected by diseases that they cannot overcome, and those who need homes and schooling and all of that. So that time will come, and yes, oh bless will be the way to solve all those issues that we will eventually be encountering. So we have a limited time to talk. And at this stage, I will call our brother who brought us together for a reason. And it's always him alone, with all the sisters, older sisters, younger sisters, and aunties and nieces who are always with him. But today, he has decided to bring a brother to join him, so he is not the only man talking with all his sisters. So, Engineer Mike, what is your take for number 4 of our Oh Bless from our wonderful Unpassive journey? The microphone is yours, bro. Thank you so much, by the way, for everything you do for us every Monday and Friday. Thank you.
Thank you, Queen Mama Debbie. Dr. John. Do you people, when we come and we see, like, if we just listen to what you just told us, it is not only financial management in your presentation. We had financial management, we had project management, and also we just have the basics in life, right? The basic necessities that human beings need. That's how I can summarize everything that you just told us this evening, which is very magnificent, right? Because if you look at it very well, critically, in a financial standpoint, those statistics that you brought in with all the other crowdfunding platforms is something that we need to be considering. So people should really know what we have right in front of us. Because if those statistics are not there, you can't really know, or you can't really qualify what we have, right? But knowing so well the statistics that what is going on in other crowdfunding platforms that are out there already, it sets us in a standalone situation, right? We are coming into the world with this magnificent platform ecosystem that our CEO is giving us, and we are coming in this time of recession with a lot more value to our customers. So every customer, every user that will be doing business with OnPassive through our OnPassive ecosystem will realize that we have difference. We are very different. We are clean, genuine, reliable. Okay, so all those words, we use it again to give our OnPassive definition, and those are the things, right? Corporate social responsibility. Mama Debbie and all the project managers, they know what is happening. Every company will want to bring a social corporate responsibility only when it starts making profit. But guess what? Our CEO has given out millions of dollars in presents, in prizes, and in the communities that are affected in Hyderabad, in Syria, in Turkey. Can you imagine what this is? It's a lot, right? So I just want to say we are not ending here. Dr. John will definitely come. This is just part 4. So we'll be having many parts. There will be a day for the day will be for Joyce Hicks's day. There will be a day for Mama Debbie's day, Dr. Benny's day. So Dr. Patience, get well soon, Dr. Pat. We're praying for you. Get well, okay? You need to come back and join us. There will be a day for every person. Naka, a day for Jennifer Dickinson, a day for Gemma. Oh, Gemma's day has gone. A day for Lystra. Lystra too. Sorry for your internet. Lystra had a serious internet problem since 2 days ago. That's why she cannot join us. It has been kicking her out of when she joins webinars, but she will be fine. So everybody that is here will have a special day to come and tell us their own Oblast project. We only know about Dr. Benny's passion about St. Jude and all of that. She has never really told us detailedly on what is going on, right? So one day will be your day, Dr. Benny. You will come on here and you tell us that your big project, and we want to be part of it. And we are happy that, everybody is thinking out of the box, right? We are not just coming, like Dr. John said, we're coming with a plan to just come and be in OnPassive and make some money and we go. But guess what? OnPassive held us down, like holding us down. Like, okay, you got the money, you will get the money, but what will you do with the money? That's the next question. So we will be involved and engaged in uplifting humanity anywhere, and we'll also be engaged in what we say rebuilding our communities, because a lot has gone on for this couple of years of malice that is going on, especially in our country, Cameroon. You cannot even say what is going on there. I said it last time, my place of birth, people were just slaughtered and killed, and all those kind of things is happening because of what is going on, political things in the country, right? We cannot just go there like, we are not politicians. We are people who have the good heart to help humanity. So we'll try and enter into all those places to try to rebuild them if we can. We are not going to fight no government per se, but we are just going to work with other stakeholders who have been community leaders who have been in this fight for a very long while. We can sponsor it, we can give them financial donation, we can sponsor them to continue doing what they are doing. We must not be there on the ground. But if we choose to be on the ground, we'll be there on the ground. So those are the kind of things that should be coming into our heads, right? We have a lot to do. The CEO has given us this platform, which is a gold mine, okay? The OnPassive ecosystem is a gold mine that we need to take it into every place, every part of the world, okay? starting with Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, um, Africa, Southern America. All those places that we know what is going on there, right? There's a lot of poverty, abject poverty, suffering. So we need to take this platform and run with it and help humanity so that our CEO will be proud of us, that his angels, his Mother Teresa's that he created are doing exactly what he wanted us to do, and we'll have more blessings from God and from our community, as Dr. Benny would tell us. Unpassive is owned by Unpassive, by God. Unpassive is owned by God, and He mandated somebody to run it for us, and the person is our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufare, who is doing that for us. So I just want to thank all of our viewers there, Mama Debbie. I want to say thank you to all. Dr. John, come again. You are part of this panel, so any day you say boom, or every day, any day that you make angry, I'll call her and you'll be here.
Wow. Thank you. Oh, wow. Do I need to say anything else?
Yes, you have the final word.
Wow. Engineer Mike and our queens on the platform. I'm really honored to be with you guys all this evening. When I think about us as human beings, we're travelers in this world, not tourists. And as we travel, the tendency is to tiptoe because we don't know where to put our feet. And in course of trying to tiptoe around, we end up not leaving some serious footprints. We have an opportunity through Unpassive to leave not only large footprints, but indelible footprints, to live lives with passion, to dream dreams that are undreamable, to help others fly. And as we go about doing good until there is no more good to be done in the world, let us really strive to love each other, help each other, believe in each other. That is really important. We're going to make mistakes. But if we believe in each other, use our talents wisely and leverage the talents that this beautiful platform has given us, and then use the resources that are going to come through on Passive to bless others, celebrate, and at the same time worship together, there is no stone that will be left unturned. The last thing I just want to say is, once we start doing all these activities, let's just remember that they would only be as sustainable as we try to make this legacy last. And so whatever business, whatever entity you set up, make sure that it becomes self-sustaining. I always tell people, whatever money we get from Unpassive, let's assume is going to stop someday. Even though we know Unpassive is not going to stop, but let's move with the mindset that it may end someday, and use those resources to create another source of income to support those initiatives. That way, you start one project, make it self-sustainable, move to the next one, make it self-sustainable, and with the blessings of God, we will transform the world. Thank you very much, and it was a pleasure being with you all.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. John. Thank you. When I looked at you coming to us today, number 4, and I said, okay, this is Dr. John. I didn't know you were going to come with so much worth, with so much energy, and empowering everyone on the panel and the live audience. And you just did that. And I'm so glad that you have accepted the invitation from our brother engineer Mike to come back again another time and share with us. We know with the limited time you can only do so much. And next time when you come, please just know that our audience always looks forward to listening to you. And we wish our sister a speedy recovery. And we know she's going to get that message through you as well. And we thank our viewers. We thank you, Engineer Mike, for giving us a platform. Sorry, Sister Bridget, that your internet kicked you out. And thank you, Sister Joyce, and thank you, Dr. Benny, and thank you to our live panelists. All of you, our live viewers, and who missed us today. We hope to see you again on Friday. Thank you, and bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Sister Debbie and Dr. John, can you share the book with us again?
Oh, okay. The book I'm reading is called Entrusted. Let me see whether.
Unfortunately,
Yes, though we can see again. Go a little bit to your left-hand side. Perfect. Entrusted.
And the subtitle is Building a Legacy That Lasts. It's by David York. By David York and Andrew Howell. If you just search it, look it on Amazon, it's there. It's an excellent read. You're welcome.
all right. Thank you so much. I hope our live audience was able to get the name of the book, Entrusted, and Building a Legacy That Lasts by David Whatever. I'm sure you should be able to get the rest of it. If not, we're going to. Can we put it in the live chat before we close it? Maybe Dr. Debbie. Did someone already do so? Just so people put in the live chat. We'll put it in the live chat and then we need some trust.
Building a Legacy That Lasts.
All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you. We'll see you again on Friday, same time. And we are in it to win it.
In it to win it.
Yes.
In it to win it.